Hi guys, and welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me on another video where we talk all about our natural hair journey and we discuss the issues that we encounter as we go along this journey together. If this is your first time joining me on a video, welcome, and I hope that you leave this video feeling more confident in your natural hair journey and ready to apply everything that you learned today in your regimen. If you returned to my channel after watching a previous video of mine, then welcome back and thank you so much for joining me again. It means the world to me that you decided to click on my video another time, and I hope that we can continue this relationship. So today guys, we're going to talk all about breakage and how to minimize it, if not prevent it, to the best of our ability from happening in the first place. So as we all know, breakage is the enemy of anybody who wants to grow long and healthy hair, because the more our hair breaks, the less length we'll be able to retain. So although our hair grows at the rate of about ½ an inch every month, if our hair breaks at that rate or even more, our hair will always look the same and it will always stay the same length, because we won't be able to retain the length that our bodies naturally provide. However, not to worry, breakage is not the end of the world, and it is sort of reversible. Just by making some changes in your hair regimen, like the products that you use and the techniques that you use to manipulate your hair every day. So today I'm going to share 5 tips with you that I have incorporated into my own regimen, because you know I don't share anything with you that I don't try myself, that have helped me in my hair journey to retain as much length as possible and maximize your hair growth. So if you're interested in learning some more about how to reduce breakage, keep on watching. But guys, before we get into the video, I just want to encourage you to click the subscribe button down below. I definitely wouldn't want you to miss out on any of my future videos. I upload these kinds of videos every single Sunday. So if you are interested in learning more about natural hair, please subscribe. Also, please click the notification bell down below so that you are notified every time I upload new content. Now let's get back into the video. So tip number 1 is always deep condition. Hair breakage is usually the side effect of dryness, because dry or brittle hair breaks. That is why deep conditioning is so important, because as I said in a previous video, it is where the infusion of moisture into your strands really starts. Conditioners have a very high concentration of moisturizing agents that penetrate the hair shaft and condition the hair. So deep conditioning helps to replace the moisture that is lost through everyday wear and tear from manipulation and the elements. Without moisture, your hair becomes dry and brittle and so prone to breakage. The healthier and more moisturized your hair is, the less prone it is to breakage. So when you deep condition your hair regularly, it makes it healthier, it's more moisturized, and so it is more resistant to breakage, which allows you to retain more length. Tip number 2, watch your protein moisture balance. Although we just talked about the importance of incorporating more moisture into your regimen, as I said before in another video, too much moisture can be a bad thing. There is such a thing as too much moisture. It is called moisture overload and hydral fatigue. Our hair is mostly made up of this protein called keratin, and so while our hair needs moisture, it definitely still needs protein as well. That is why maintaining our protein moisture balance is so important. In order to maintain healthy hair and prevent breakage, it is so important that we maintain a proper balance. When your hair becomes over moisturized, as I said before, you can go into moisture overload and eventually hydral fatigue. But if you have too much protein, your hair can become extremely dry and brittle and it can snap. So that is why it's important to maintain a proper balance. Too much moisture or too much protein can result in hair that breaks easily. So in both cases, your hair loses elasticity, because it's either too soft or mushy, or it is too hard and brittle. And in both cases, your hair will break. That is why it is so important to ensure that you maintain adequate levels of protein and moisture in your hair care regimen. One quick note before we go any further: a lot of research and editing are involved in the creation of these videos. So if you are enjoying the video so far and you are finding these tips useful or helpful in any way, please do me one tiny favor and click the subscribe button and the like button if you haven't done so already, because that helps the YouTube algorithm to suggest my videos to other people because you liked it as well. You following me? Thank you so much. Tip number 3, limit the use of heat. As we all know, as people with natural hair or relaxed hair, heat damage is the result of the use of too much direct heat on our strands. Using hot tools like blow dryers and flat irons on a heat or temperature that is way too high, or by doing too many passes, can affect our curls integrity, and that can leave our hair limp and dry and eventually cause breakage. Some of us really like our blow dryers because that makes our wash days much easier. But if you are going to use any heat styling tools like blow dryers or flat irons or those blow dry brushes or anything like that, I would highly suggest that you turn the temperature down on the tool. Try to air dry your hair a bit just to get some of the water out before you apply any heat to your hair, so you don't have to use as much heat. And always use heat protectants when you're applying heat to your hair. So in that way, if you do have to use heat, you are taking the necessary steps to ensure that the integrity of your curls is not compromised. And in doing so, you will minimize or reduce the amount of breakage that would occur with the application of heat. Number 4, always use a satin or silk scarf, bonnet or pillowcase when you're going to bed. Now this one may sound so simple and maybe so dumb, but it is actually extremely important. When you use cotton or polyester or any other fabric pillowcases, or when you use bonnets or sleeping caps that are made from those materials, it creates friction between your hair and the fabric. That kind of friction can create breakage. Satin or silk pillowcases or scarves are more slippery, and so they allow your curls to move around and slide around without causing too much friction and breakage. Also, cotton is an extremely absorbent material, and it will literally suck all of the moisture out of your hair, and your hair will be left dry. And so when you use a cotton pillowcase or a cotton scarf or whatever the case may be, it is literally sucking the moisture from out of your hair, which leads to dryness and eventually, with continued use over time, breakage. And we do not want that at all. We don't want that. But silk and satin are not as absorbent as cotton and those other materials, and so it allows your hair to retain whatever moisture is in it. Guys, this may sound so simple and so dumb, but honestly, making this tiny change in your regimen can make a world of a difference, because I've seen it too. When I moved away from using stocking caps and sleeping on my pillowcases without any protection at all, I saw a difference in my hair the next morning. My hair was not as dry and it wasn't as brittle, and so that was how I began to retain length. Number 5, and this may be my favorite tip: avoid manipulating your hair. If you've been watching my previous videos, you know how much I love protective styling, and it is for a reason. The more you manipulate your hair and the more you touch it and braid it and comb it and do everything to it, the higher the likelihood of breakage. Our curls are very delicate, and so we have to be careful with how much we manipulate it. So guys, generally, in my opinion and in the opinion of many people who do protective styling, the best way to avoid damage and breakage is by leaving your hair alone. Protective styling tucks your hair away and reduces the likelihood of damage from manipulation, which ultimately reduces the likelihood of breakage. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and that you learned some more about how to minimize or reduce breakage. If you liked this video and you found it helpful or informative in any way, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel. I would love to hear your comments and opinions about what we talked about today, and I will definitely do my best to answer any questions that you may have. So definitely feel free to leave a comment down below. If you're interested in learning some more about natural hair care and following me along my natural hair journey, then come and join my little YouTube village community here by clicking the subscribe button and by watching any of the videos that will be linked in the end card somewhere right here. All right, so until next time, thank you for joining me again. Bye.